Welcome to the H2H Human Connection Done Right Summit, bringing together forward-thinking leaders who understand that true innovation happens when people, process, and technology work in harmony. Lean into this refreshing, energizing experience designed to inspire you with a new approach to a timeless principle. Our speakers will offer fresh insights that will challenge perspectives and spark new ideas.
Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning to find 10% of your entire sales pipeline has vanished overnight. No explanation, no warning, just gone. For many companies, this is just the nightmare scenario they run into. It's a quiet reality they live with every day due to hidden data errors, siloed processes, or outdated systems that fail to flag dropped leads. But here's the good news. With the right technology transformation, combined with the right people and processes, you can ensure that nightmare becomes a thing of the past. According to Harvard Business Review, a mere 5% boost in customer retention can increase profits by 25 to 95%. Meanwhile, Gartner notes that poor data quality alone costs organizations an average of $12.9 million per year. Think about that. Millions of dollars leaking out simply because your CRM and go-to-market processes aren't aligned or maintained properly. I'm Matt Schwab, CEO of Axis.io, a go-to-market technology consulting firm. We help businesses transform their technology ecosystems to supercharge growth. Today, I want to share how a well-structured tech stack covering CRM optimization, data integrity, cross-functional alignment, and streamlined processes can be the invisible superpower behind every closed deal and every delighted customer. Now, we all know the phrase tech stack transformation can sound like a boardroom buzzword, a neat slogan for your next QBR. But let me tell you, I've seen firsthand how the right technology infrastructure can completely revolutionize how organizations sell, market, and support their customers. And I've also seen how that same technology, if neglected or siloed, can lead to chaos, wasted budgets, or frustrated teams. During my time as an operator and consultant, I've met leaders who installed big name platforms with starry-eyed optimism, only to find a year later that no one was actually using them, or very little. I've seen top-performing sales reps become disenchanted because their CRMs were cluttered with duplicate leads, incomplete data fields. It's really a mess. And I've watched entire marketing strategies get derailed because a data set is not complete and is in unconnected silos with the rest of the go-to-market organization. And the truth is, it doesn't matter how great a tool appears on paper if it's not set up to serve the people who need it. Today, we're going to talk about how to transform your go-to-market technology for sustainable growth. Sustainable, meaning not just a short-term bump in revenue, but a long-lasting boost that aligns with your people, your processes, and your tools. By the end of our time together, you'll have a clear framework and some concrete steps that you can take this very week or next, not next quarter, not next year, but this week to start optimizing your tech stack for better visibility, faster pipeline velocity, and smarter revenue attribution. And if you've ever felt like your current systems are a tangled mess, or you're not quite sure what metrics truly matter, you're in the right place. So let's dive in. Let's start with the crucial question. Why should you care about tech transformation? Is it enough that we have a CRM license, a marketing automation tool, or a customer success platform? Well, there are three things that you need to think about: competitive edge and revenue uplift being one. I'll give you a couple of quick facts. McKinsey research shows that companies executing successful tech transformations are 3 times more likely to exceed financial targets. Think about that. Forrester reports that organizations which align with people, processes, and technology around their customers see 36% more revenue growth and 28% better profitability than those that don't. Crippling cost of inaction. Gartner reveals $12.9 million in yearly losses from poor data alone, and MIT pegs it at 15 to 25% of total revenue for some mid-market firms. The hidden cost shows up in misleads, inaccurate forecasts, wasted spend, and frustrated employees. And third, customer retention and loyalty. According to Harvard Business Review, increasing customer retention by as little as 5% can lift profits anywhere from 25 to 95%. Effective CRM use is vital to keeping track of and nurturing customer relationships. You guys know that, but inaction is what really hurts companies. So it's a strategic necessity and not just a nice to have. Done right, it aligns your entire go-to-market organization. Sales, marketing, customer success, include operations and finance, and put it all under one data-driven approach. So what does this mean when your go-to-market tech is misaligned? When it's misaligned or outdated, the real cost is staggering. We're going to talk about a couple of those things. One being opportunity cost, deals that never make it past initial interest, right? So leads that slip through the cracks because your CRM doesn't sync with your marketing automation platform, or it does, and it's not being used properly. We see that when we talk about HubSpot or Marketo or any of the other marketing platforms that sync with, well, HubSpot or Salesforce, for example. Employee burnout and frustration. We've seen it time and time again. Reps who have to re-enter data or track details in an unconnected spreadsheets, they get bogged down from what's really important, driving revenue. Salesforce found that Salesforce productivity can jump by 34% when reps rely on properly integrated CRMs that automate routine tasks. And yes, that statistic may be a little biased coming from Salesforce, but Access has seen similar results. And marketing inefficiencies. Without accurate data, marketing can't know which campaigns or channels to drive the best leads, or any leads. As a result, budgets get wasted, retargeting is poorly executed, and measuring ROI becomes guesswork. And then finally, customer success gaps. Onboarding and renewals suffer if your CS team doesn't have real-time visibility into closed-won deals or product usage data. This lack of insight can lead to missed expansion opportunities and preventable churn. Right? So getting all of that integrated is vitally important. Now, let's talk about some key metrics around this, some things that you can learn right now on how to track your tech investments and see if they're truly driving results. So here's a couple of the basics. This is some 101 stuff that you can do right now, but people often don't take the time to do it, but it's important for all the statistics we just mentioned. User adoption and engagement. So what to track? Login frequency, feature usage, training completion rates, and why it matters. Even the best system is worthless if your teams aren't logging in. So if you want to boost sales and forecast accuracy, you need people to actually use it, and you should track that. Data hygiene. What do you track there? Duplicate leads, incomplete fields, outdated records. Right? So if you look at an account, if you look at a lead, if you look at a contact, and there's tons of missing fields, key fields that are important to your organization, that's lack of data for you and your teams to be able to manipulate and understand what's going on with your ideal customers. Let's take a look at pipeline velocity. What do you track there, right? A time it takes from a lead to move from one stage to another, right? From lead to opportunity, from lead to unqualified. Understanding time across your sales cycle is vitally important because slow-moving pipelines can reveal friction points, often caused by broken processes or missing information. So if you know you're stuck in a particular stage, it gives a business an opportunity to look at what's going on in that stage and find ways to speed up your sales cycle. revenue contribution and campaign attribution. This is a big one. So which campaigns, channels, tactics yield the highest return on investment for closed won deals? Where do you spend your go-to-market money, your marketing campaign investment? It's important to understand how those campaigns and what channels are performing. So, with all of that being said, here are 5 things that you can do right now. So you have to audit your current usage, right? Run a usage audit in your CRM. Again, whether it's HubSpot or Salesforce, it doesn't matter. And try to identify underutilized features, right? These companies, they push out features on a regular basis, but many times we find clients are not utilizing them to help boost performance. You'll quickly see different ways to reconfigure your tech stack or utilize those tools and those new features to help for better user adoption. One thing to remember, Forrester states that companies with robust usage tracking see 50% faster user adoption, leading to a quicker return on investment. What does that really mean? You hire a new salesperson and their ramp time takes 6 months, 8 months, depending on your sales cycles. Well, maybe they're not logging in as much as they should. Maybe they're not getting the enablement they need. So the faster they know how to utilize the tools that are presented in front of them, that's one quick way to help reduce the ramp time for a sales rep and make them more productive. If you implement standard naming conventions and data policies, that's something you can start to work on right now. So build a data governance playbook. Write down on paper how leads, contacts, and opportunities are named, tagged, segmented, right? If I talk to 10 different people across the go-to-market organization, I'll probably get 10 different answers. So put it on paper and get everyone across the org aligned. And organization will only help you understand your analytics and reporting. So remove those inconsistent deal labels and put something together that can actually help you manage your book of business. Integrate key systems, right? So connect your CRM with your marketing automation platform, with finance platforms, and ensure that you have a proper marketing to sales handoff and a sales to customer success handoff. If those handoffs are not seamless and each of those organizations in the go-to-market teams are not getting the data that they need, then there is going to be hiccups. You're going to have friction in your process. So you can also find out if there's manual data entry. So it provides you a lot of information to help you improve your go-to-market tech stack. Gartner found 14% increase in productivity and 15% reduction in cost when critical systems were integrated successfully. This all adds up to big dollars and cents. The next thing is really rolling out a targeted training workshop. So run a brief but focused workshop for each of the go-to-market teams, sales, marketing, customer success. Highlight critical features, best practices, any new workflows that you have in your tech stack that apply to those organizations, whether it's your CRM or auxiliary tools that those teams are using. It will only help with adoption, and you can do that right now. And it also will help reduce user error. A good example of this, a 2-hour training, right, to help boost CRM usage. So, showing shortcuts to your reps, reminding them of ways to utilize the system to help improve their day-to-day. You'll be surprised what team you think they know versus what they actually know. And then build out a simple KPI dashboard, right? So using a BI tool or your CRM, create a dashboard that tracks 3 key metrics: user adoption, data hygiene, and pipeline velocity. These 3 metrics will really help you understand how your CRM is being utilized. The benefit of that is you get real-time visibility, and it will help you correct course for your users. And leadership will be able to see snapshots of progress. So if you're in operations, having those snapshots and showing operational improvement is going to be important to you. So let's talk a little bit about people, process, and tech. I mean, H2H is really all about those things. And, if we don't zoom out and talk about people, process, and tech, this talk that I'm having is going to be useless. It's nice to have nice tech and nice process, but if you don't have the right people, if you don't have the right training, the right accountability, all of this is really for nothing. Your best CRM configuration won't matter if your sales team doesn't log in and manage each opportunity, or if marketing doesn't update campaign data. It comes from top down. You need your C-level folks to believe in this because it does matter. The statistics we've talked about show it. It's an important backbone piece of your organization. And top down needs to help make sure that people are utilizing your technology the way that it should. And that includes hiring the right people to utilize that tech and encourage user feedback. You want your client or your end user, which is your marketer or your seller or your customer success person, to provide regular feedback. Understand what they're saying. Make the experience for them better, and they will use it more. Then it comes down to process, right? So standardizing your sales methodology, whether that's putting together a playbook, understanding your lead qualification criteria, your handoff procedures, and your renewal workflows. Harvard Business Review notes that companies with well-defined, consistently enforced sales processes see up to 28% higher revenue. Then, after all of this, we get to the tech. Tech should have an enabler, a set of tools that your well-trained people use to execute off of well-documented processes, written down processes. Don't overload your team with too many platforms. Focus on the ones that actually drive pipeline visibility, data integrity, and most importantly, collaboration. Think of this as a three-legged stool, right? If any one leg, people, process, or tech, is much shorter than the others, you're going to topple over eventually. So combine people, process, and tech together, and your stool will stand strong. Cross-functional collaboration, right? So, we talked about marketing, we talked about sales, we talked about customer success, we talk about breaking these silos, getting enablement, but to do that, you have to collaborate. How many of you in your organization get all three teams together on a regular basis? How often do you guys talk about each of your go-to-market teams and have the sellers get together with the marketers and the marketers get together with customer success? Doesn't happen enough. One crucial piece of the puzzle is ensuring all of those people work together seamlessly, like I said. And Forrester found that when teams align with shared goals and data, they enjoy 36% higher revenue growth. If you walk away from this call and you get nothing but the fact that the three organizations, marketing, sales, and customer success, need to collaborate, and you set a meeting for those teams to start to meet, then this will have been a success because it ends up in higher revenue growth, which is what we are all marching to. Marketing needs real-time CRM data about lead statuses and closed deals to refine campaigns. Sales needs visibility into which leads marketing generated and how they're nurtured. Customer success needs insights into onboarding steps promised during the sales cycle. They also feed back product usage data that can inform upsell and cross-sell. Finance requires accurate sales and renewal forecasts from your CRM to plan investments and budgets. So when these departments are using a shared single source of truth, you get faster deal sales cycles, more accurate forecasts, fewer tasks slipping through the cracks. And Deloitte research underscores that organizations with strong collaborative cultures are 2 times as likely to be profitable and 3 times more likely to be market leaders. So, in conclusion, make your tech your invisible superpower. That's the central message of this talk. Tech transformation is a journey, not a one-off project. Your CRM, your integrations, your data governance, they all require ongoing attention, but the ROI is huge. Companies that master this art see 27% higher retention for leveraging CRM data and personalization. We've covered 5 actionable steps you can begin this week. Audit your usage, audit your naming conventions, integrate your key systems, roll out targeted training, build KPI dashboards. You're setting in motion a culture of continuous improvement. And remember the 3-legged stool: people, process, and tech. It all must be balanced for it to be true, scalable, and transformative. When done correctly, these systems aren't just one standalone tool. It becomes your invisible superpower behind every closed deal, every upsell, and every satisfied customer. I encourage you to pick up one improvement to implement immediately, whether that's data cleanup, a short training session, or a system integration you've been putting off. Start small, celebrate the win, and then build from there. And really, in short, taking a look at your overall tech stack, taking a look at every feature that you have in place, taking a look and building a customer journey map from the top of your funnel all the way through to customer success will really help paint that picture. Access loves to do those things, and I encourage you to do that on your own with the information that I just provided. Go and map out that customer journey. Understand how your tech stack is being used. Understand what pieces of your tech you're not using. You can save money right there just by seeing the overlap in some of your tech. Data governance is going to be the key to that. So thank you all for taking the time to listen to my talk and understand a little bit about how to transform tech and for growth in your organization. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us in today's forward-thinking session of human connection done right. As we transition to our next expert speaker, remember that together we are redefining the future. To stay engaged and informed, visit revenue-bydesign.com, where together we will be deliberate, be intentional, and be successful.